The Lions, the Vikings, divisional matchup. Vikings favored by 6, over under on this one, 51.5. Thoughts on this one?
Detroit to cover the 6. I
Yep.
think it's a field goal game, but I'm taking the over. Both these defenses are not very good. The Vikings are very. The telecast last Monday night really summed it up well. The Vikings are so set in sitting in this zone coverage that if you can devise route concepts against a zone defense, you will be successful 70-75% of the time. And if you're passing the football, you take those odds. So I think Amon-Ra has a great game for the Lions. On the flip side, I think Jefferson has a great game for the Vikings. I have him over 7.5 receptions. But yes, over the 51.5, lots of points scored in this game. But I think the Lions find a way to keep it within a field goal.
I think you're right. Like Detroit is, I keep going back to this term that I kept seeing them use on Hard Knocks, and I think it sums them up, right? It sums up the character of the team, sums up the way they approach things. They're just gritty, right? They've got a lot of grit to them. So I absolutely think you're right. I think Detroit covers this thing, and I kept kind of going back and forth on it being an over, being an under, and as much as I want to think that this one's an under, because you typically see divisional matchups get the under on that one. Listening to you kind of break that thing down led me back to one of my original thoughts on this one. And I'm going to go with my original gut on this one and call for, and I think that we're going to see the over on this thing as well. It's not going to surprise me to see, honestly, like when I first saw this line, I first saw this game, would not surprise me to see this one touch a 60 burger and a combined point total. Like that's where my first thought was, that we might see a 60 burger combined point total off of this one. So I'm gonna follow suit on you on that one and call for Detroit, call for the over, and I am going to call for DeAndre Swift to have over 47.5 rushing yards. We've seen the Vikings kind of gassed the last few weeks when on the ground. I absolutely think that you're going to see them get DeAndre Swift get well over 50 yards on the ground there.